Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Texas. And yes, the money is being spent and I'm on euros. That's no good. There we go. Right, so miles and dollars. That'll do very nicely. Right, so yes, we are back in Texas and we have got all kinds of things that we still need to get done in order to prepare for our cows. And we haven't bought a single one yet, although we got plenty of straw. If we take a look over here, there's our silage that has been coming in. Well, I say coming in, we had one trailer full go in there, and we've got silage being gathered out in the field. That is ready. There is our straw. We've got all the straw we could possibly hope for here at 1,000 litres per bale. No, not 1,000 litres, 100,000 litres per bale. We've got loads of straw right there. We're going to need to decide how we get through it. We've got our forager working away in the field right here. This is doing fantastically. We've got 1.9 million litres of chaff in that trailer, and it's still bombing along nicely without any sign of slowing down whatsoever. So that is doing really well. And if we look back through here, we've got the big bud with the little tiny trailer on filling up with fertilizer. I'm thinking that we're going to use a different tractor to pull this one once it is full. At the moment, it's not pushing it. It's not doing anything. So we're getting 8.5 million litres of fertilizer in there just because we can. The Zeta, that is plugging away quite nicely. The amount of land that this Zeta has covered is just phenomenal. It's absolutely impressive. But if you look at how much we've got to go, that is kind of mind-numbing. That really is. Yeah, that's just amazing. I honestly don't think this tractor is going to finish that before we finish this series. I really don't. I think it's going to genuinely struggle. I've got the next map lined up, ready for this series, and I'm hoping it's going to work. The John Deeres here, they're working away. Well, actually, the John Deeres are pretty much finished, so I'm going to do something else with those soon. I'm not quite sure what yet. We've just got one tractor left working just on a little strip on the end here. It's good enough, so we're going to have to decide what to plant in this field next. Not quite sure what we're going to put in there next, but we'll see. So let's just flick through the... Oh, that's the one that I want. I want this one down here. We need a leveling blade, because the next thing that we want to do... Now, do I want to use that one? I don't know, because I know that works. I don't know if that works. We'll try it with this one, and we'll just do it exactly like that. Okay, and we'll buy that one. There we go. Back out of there. Right. I'm going to try setting up a courseplay course. Now, I have done this a couple of times in my own time to just make sure that I know how to do it. I'm not sure if you can do it off the front of the tractor or not. I don't know if it works doing it like... I know that I can get it to work if I have it on the back of the tractor. So we're going to stick it on the back of the tractor and just kind of hope for the best on that one. We've got this... oh, hang on, my weekly question. Let's just deal with the weekly question a minute. I am aware that a lot of you are trying to vote and you're not able to. You're clicking up here and you're voting and it's not registering. It seems to be an issue with YouTube at the moment, so I am aware that it is happening. Stick your comments in the comment section down below, but we're still getting a good percentage. Try a different browser if it's not working for your current browser. I'm not quite sure why it's doing it, but hopefully YouTube will fix something fairly quickly. But anyway, I asked if you wanted me to plow up this whole area up here as much as we could. There's fences that run up through here, and if there wasn't fences there, I would have been plowing up a massive section, but I'm not going to do kind of a looped thing around here because the fence is there. So we'll plow up either that section up there or this section in here. Now, I can plow across that road there, so we could plow up this whole section in here, great big piece here. 2,502 people answered the question. And of the 2,500, well, 2,502 people answered and it registered. So whether there was more, I suspect by the view numbers and previous questions that there could well have been more. So, yeah, I'm thinking that it's not registering properly. But anyway, 275 people wanted it done down here, and 2,227 people think that I need to plow up this area up here and turned into a massive, great big field. So that's what we're going to do. And I'll be doing that in tomorrow's episode. Well... I'll be looking at making a start up there, I think. I'm no guarantees because I'm not entirely sure how it's going to pan out, but I'm thinking it will start up there. I'm going to have to modify a plough. I don't think that we'll be doing it with any of the standard ploughs that we've got. It might take a little... We might actually just do a quick jaunt around the edge just to see how long it takes with one journey round with a plough, and then we'll see. But anyway, it brings me on to my next weekly question. I apologise for staying on the map for so long, but the next one is, I will plough this field here slightly bigger, because we've got a big area down here as well as ploughing that piece up. It will stay as 2 separate ones. So for my next crop, I need to do grass. So do you want me to do grass around field 14, with the enlarged field 14, or do you want me to do grass at the top so that we can make hay for our cows? We need to have hay for the cows. But I'm also going to do a root crop. It'll either be sugar beet or potatoes. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. Yeah, it'll be one or the other. I'm not going to do both. I think it's just going to take too long if we try to do both. So it'll be potatoes or it'll be sugar beet. But which do you want me to do where? Do you want me to do grass at the top and sugar beet or potato? Well, let's just call it sugar beet at the moment. We may change our mind later, but we'll call it sugar beet at the moment. So grass at the top in the huge area, and then sugar beet in the middle and over field 14, or the other way around, sugar beet over the massive area at the top, and grass over field 14. It's your vote. It's your game. Head in the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. Now then, if I do this correctly, I should end up at about the silage clamp. So let's just get rid of that. I'll keep the map like that for a second. And if I lift that one up, it should get rid of most of the stuff that's on the blade. Now then, I'm not overly familiar with this, but I think I have managed to figure it out. So what we got to do for the courseplay thing, you right-click to open it up, and we go to this one here, which is courseplay control. That is there, leveling and compacting. If you mouse over it when you're not actually got it selected, it'll tell you right at the very bottom, leveling and compacting right there. So we click on that one. Then we go to here and we want start course recording. Now what you want to do is you want to start in the middle of the clamp. I'm doing it a bit different because I'm doing it over 2 clamps. It is actually registered as 2 clamps here, so but it did work. Last time I tried this, it did actually work, so we should be okay. So we start course recording, and then we got to start moving forwards, and we just drive straight up through the middle of the clamp. And this is basically, it'll identify the clamp, and it will sort of go to wherever it needs to go, but it will also start the clamp up this end, which is really good. It does work really well, and I was quite pleased that it did work. So I'll go over here, and what this is doing, this is allowing you somewhere to pause when someone's coming in to tip at the clamp. So then we click pause like that. And I'm just going to do that so that I can then turn around and then I open up the screen again. It doesn't change it at all. It keeps it there. And then I will move over this way. And now what we've got to do is we want to line up. Let me do that and move to the middle of the tractor. We want to line up to the middle of the clamp. At least that's the theory behind it. You're supposed to line up around the middle of the clamp. Because of the uneven ground here, it's not perfect, but I think, because I did it quite close last time, I think it would be better if I did it a little bit further away. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I'm going to try right there. Now, this might cause a bit of a problem with the uneven ground, but we'll have to see. So then you just, you press stop. Now, it should work, and what I found, and I was looking at, I think it was Ian Robson, he said that you've got to, sometimes you've got to start and stop this several times. It doesn't always work straight away. So then we go drive course. And it'll go to there. Hopefully it will then go to the correct point. No, it's going to drive around in circles. Oh. Now it's done this weird thing, and I remember it did this last time, and I've got no idea how to get rid of that. If I go to another machine, that seems to be okay, and then I come back here. Yeah, it's gone really buggy, and I don't know how to open the interface now. It's disappeared. It's vanished from sight. And this was the bit where I ran into real trouble with this last time. It did this for me. And I don't really know why it did this, because I can't bring up the help. I can't change anything. I wonder if I... Yes, right. If I do that... I see, right. Now, it's bugged, basically, and I don't really know why it's bugged. So if I jump out of the tractor, and then... Is it going to allow me to do anything at all? I can't move now. And I can't flick to another... Okay, so I've completely crashed the game. Okay, I have reloaded the game. I've reloaded the course. I reprogrammed it. Hopefully, this is going to work. Now, this is the big test here. Is it going to work? Let me just do this so that we can sort of take a quick look at how it's doing. Everything else should be okay. In theory, this should work. I really hope this works. Okay, go. Drive course. Because what I did was I left it at the start point rather than trying to move it. And it looks like that might have been what we needed to do. It should self-adjust as it goes back through. And it will also move around and adjust itself as it goes through as well. And like move over the width of the actual leveler. Now I chose this leveler because it has a higher capacity than the standard game one. You can make them wider. The recommendation is to set it a little bit narrower than it actually is, although the in-game ones no longer work when they're folded up, or I don't think they do anyway, which can make it a little bit difficult, but it is working. What it should do is last time I did this, it went all the way to the very end instead of stopping at this point on the course. So what it should do now is it should drive all the way down to the end, and then it should lower the blade back down, and it should work again. So in theory, that's what it'll do. So we'll leave that one going, and we're going to zip over and take a look at how the machines are doing. This one is coming along just fine. Not really sure what we're going to do with all these John Deeres. I think we'll probably end up selling a load of them. We've done a lot of what we need to do with them, so yeah, we could probably end up selling those. That one, we got all the trailers lined up in the field. This one's doing great. What are we up to now? 1.2 million. Excellent. And I've gone the wrong way. I want to go. There we go. The New Holland. Look at it. I absolutely love this. I love the fact that it is going this fast. Now, there is a map in development, a 16 times map based in Australia. I may have mentioned this already, I'm not quite sure actually. It's in development at the moment. The maker of the map has said that I can do this series on that map if I want to. He'd be really happy for that. Which I think is going to be interesting. I think working on a 16 times map... Actually, I don't know if I have mentioned this before. If I haven't, there is a 16 times map in development. It's based in Australia. And I've been following the development of this map for a while now. It looks amazing. Absolutely amazing. There's factories, there's all kinds of extras been put into the map. No idea what the frame rates or anything are going to be like. We'll probably have to run it on fairly low settings like we are on this one. But yeah, a 16 times map, that means that it is 4 times bigger than this one. This map is absolutely ridiculously huge, beyond sort of almost comprehension. And we're getting one that is 4 times bigger than this. It's going to be absolutely fanschmabulous. It's going to be awesome. So much fun is going to be had playing through that map. It is going to be brilliant. I'm really looking forward to it. So that is the theory. We are hopefully going to be able to do it. He did actually go a bit further that time, didn't he? We missed him actually doing the leveling bit, but he's now driving back over a different section. So he's like doing it in pieces, and he'll sort of work his way through it. He's going to get hopelessly stuck now on this point. I don't know what... So courseplay is intelligent enough to recognize that it's gotten stuck and to move over, which is actually really, really cool. That's something that I really like about it. Although it doesn't appear to be all that intelligent, it does seem to be getting hopelessly stuck over and over again on the same spot. Magnum CVX number 1 is slipping. What's it going to do now? No, it's just going to keep doing that over and over until it... Oh, is it? It's trying to move. It's moved a little bit. It did all right there, and it's now saying it's slipping. So it's obviously gotten stuck. And it's going to try again. How is this going to work? I don't really want to stay here and watch this forever, because it's, yeah, we don't really want to watch this forever. But at the same time, I'm curious if it's going to be able to get itself out of this little pickle, or if it's going to require our intervention. I'm hoping it doesn't require our intervention, because I found that any time I've had to intervene with this thing, it's crashed the game. It's probably something I'm doing that's wrong, but I mean, yeah, in theory, this is working well. Oh, it's moved. So it does. It just alters itself ever so slightly. It'll just go backwards and forwards until such time as it manages to correct itself, and away we go. That is fantastic. I'm like really pleased with that. I'm thinking actually, we need to get started on our ploughing up here. Now we can move the combines. We'll worry about that a little bit later. But we want to kind of decide what the field boundaries are going to be. We could make a start on this today. We want to buy those fields. I just want to watch this. Let's just go into the shop and we'll buy ourselves a little plough just to like make an outline on the field. What have we got here? Where are the ploughs? That would be a good start if we could actually find the ploughs. Ploughing, ploughs. Anything to do with ploughing. I'm sure you lot have all seen it already and are oh, there it is. It's right in the middle. Right, I just wanted to have a look here and see what this one does. So it comes up to the point where you've marked stop. Lowers down and sort of sets up, and then it starts backing up again. Now, I'm not sure if it actually moves over or not. It doesn't look like it's moving over. It looks like it's kind of staying in the same position. Is it? Oh, it's moving over really slowly. It is. It's moving over a bit, just not a great deal. I guess that's so it'll like continue actually doing the leveling properly. And now, because there's a gap between the two silage clamps, it's actually just grabbing a little bit and pushing it back to the next one. Then it comes into here, and oh, that's 15,000. Oh, it's got quite a large capacity of chaff on it. I thought it was 9,000. Apparently, it's more than that. Oh, it looks like it's opened the top by itself. I thought the top was like in place, but it's not. It's done that by itself, and it will move it all the way to the back. We keep going right up to the very back of the clamp until it empties out, and then it will go forward, and it will just sort of slowly trudge its way back to the front again. So we can leave that one going, and then we'll get, when we've got our other silage done in the trailer, we'll sort of bring that back through, and we'll do that as well. Now then, I think that we want the trailed lifter, because I really like the trailed lifter. Okay, and we come back out of there, and we get this one, because I really like this one. Universal or slatted. We'll go for universal. And we'll buy that one as well. Okay, and we're back out of there. And, do we use a tractor that we've already got, or do we buy another tractor? You know, I think that we might actually try it with the case. Oh, and I know that we've got the Challenger parked up in the shed. I don't really... This one... I've had so many people asking me to use the T9 on something, and I have not yet used the T9 on anything, so we're going to do that. Now, what do we got? We've got twin wheels, we've got wheel weights, we've got stand. So we'll do twin wheels on the T9. Because I haven't used the T9 yet, I think we will do it. We're definitely going to do it. And we'll come back. Right, that one can carry on, and hopefully he will do a grand job. This one, I suppose we could always swap over and get another one. We're not going to, though. Not yet. And now we've got the T9. So we can... I want the trailed lifter. I really like... I know that I don't need to use the trailed lifter with this particular tractor, but I just like the idea of having this trailed lifter. It's a really cool little setup. So let's bring that back on there. And this T9 is a bit of a beast of a tractor, isn't it? So we'll bring that one round. Hitch that in. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to take an outside mark all the way round to, like, make a sort of... so that we can get an idea of where we're going to go on as far as our big field at the top. So let me... we've got to press F11, and then we'll drop it there. That's fine. And now if I jump out of the tractor and I start walking, we need to walk over to there. You look on the mini-map, it doesn't look like it's very far. We've got a long way to go. But if I press Z, using these tools, it's fantastic. We can... ooh, now I've gone too far. That's the only problem with these developer tools, is that you can go a little bit too fast. Fortunately, you can slow down as well. So that is 4.2 million, so we will buy that one. There we go. And now I need to speed up again. So how fast can I go with this? 21 times speed is the fastest I can go. And if you press shift, you do actually go faster again. Whoa, right. slow down, and we will buy this one here. This one's 1.2 million. It would take us, with the HR6, 387 minutes to harvest this field. It's not too bad, actually. 387 minutes. That's like just over 5 hours. No, 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours. 360 minutes is 6 hours. And this one here, 1,338 minutes. Okay, that's a bit longer. And we want to buy that one as well for 2.5 million. That should be everything at the top. Yeah, so we've bought everything up here. We don't need any more of those. Now if we go back to the T9, have a look at this one. Where is our... Let's just take a quick look at the moment. Right, D is there. That worker is going nicely. I suspect he's going to get up to the end in a minute and he's going to stop. I did reset that one at the beginning of the episode, but because I had to reload the map, it's kind of gone back to how it was previously. Right. Where's our starting point going to be? So we're going to use... So, which one is this? This is the T9. Now, the starting point... I'm thinking that we won't actually plough up that road. I think it would be a bit sort of churlish of us to go and completely destroy the road when there's absolutely no need to. So if we go over to there and unfold. Excellent. So we got our T9. Unfold that. Now, is there any other options? No, you can't like make it wider or anything like that. It's just literally as it is. So we need to now allow create fields. That's the next thing we've got to do. How do you do that? It doesn't actually give us an option. I'm hoping that I have just engaged allow create fields. If we haven't, oh yeah, it has worked. It just didn't show the option on the screen. So I'm going to come up along the edge of this road. I'm not actually going... Well, I'm ploughing up some of it, but I didn't really want to plough up all of this road. I think that we can keep that one because even though we are kind of doing a big lot of messing around for a lot of this, I don't want to completely, like, go off the rails. I'm kind of trying to be ridiculous, but within the bounds of reason. Does that make any sense? I'm being completely and utterly daft within the bounds of reason. How's that for you? That's kind of the best explanation that I can come up with, to be honest. So if we come on round here, I think we can plough up a section down this way, and our field can have a bit of a corner in it. There's no problem with that. Down through here. This is going to take a little while, and I'm okay with that. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with it taking a little while. I am planning... Oh, right, helper D has... Oh, yes, because the hired help will have gone up to the very end of the field and then not been able to go any further. Now, we're not going to go right up tight to that fence. I think that is just going to cause problems. I would like to plough up the mud area there just to see if it does actually plough up properly. But I'm going to do a straight line along here. And we're going to run this straight line now down towards the end of the map. And that will then end up being our kind of outside mark. But I'm going to run... Actually, we'll keep going with this. If I just stop a second, let's go back through, and this one here, we need to set it going. We'll bring it... I think, actually, we'll take this to the shortest part of the field now, and then we'll start working from there. How are we going to do that? Actually, we could just go straight down to here, and we could just start doing it sideways. That will work just as well. So long as it doesn't try to drive into the gorge at the end or anything like that. I'll set this one going, and I'll go a little bit further with the plough, and then I will come back to you and update so you can sort of see how we're going to go around the far edge. And then tomorrow, I'm planning on having a bigger plough. We're going to have to do this bit by hand, the whole ploughing thing. We are going to have to manually do that, unless we try to involve courseplay. I've got no idea how we would even involve courseplay on that, so I'm not going to attempt that. We're just going to do it manually. But I will be making some alterations to a plough so that we can do it a little bit quicker. I'm thinking that a faster plough and a wider plough would work out quite nicely. 1.6 in this one. It's filling up the chaff faster than it's filling that one. Right, I will see you in a minute when we've done a little bit further on the outside line. I said I'd get to you in a little bit. I mean, I've done that much. I haven't done a huge amount. But I was just thinking, I don't really want really wiggly lines all along the edge. And there is a way that we can do that. If we go here to this bad boy, And let me just straighten up just a bit. There, that should be right there. And now that we've got this one running straight, we can set the working width on that one. I do want to move it across so that the center of the tractor is roughly staying where it should be. Like that. Right, that's a 10.5 meter width. If we just take a look in here, how big is the actual plough? You look on that one, it is 10.5. Right, so we've got the correct width on the plough. That's all good. And if I just... Actually, I'll move it back over that way. I'm not quite sure where the offset is going to come out at. I think that's kind of more where we want it. Set a straight line on it. And actually, I don't want to do that at all. I just want to run it like that. That should work okay. So we follow that. And now that is going to give us a dead straight line all the way up the edge. That's kind of what we're hoping for. And also, if you take a look on the map, I could possibly go down around field 28 as well. And there's a big section up the side, but I'm not going to do that. I'd rather just sort of keep it up the top end. We've got a little bit of a dip here down next to the pig farm. But then most of it is just going to be big, long straights right the way across field 27, 16, and 15. It's going to be a big, long field. It's kind of the idea on this one. So we'll leave a little bit of a gap between this field and field 28. We've got a massive amount of land that we're going to have to plough up. This is going to be a huge undertaking. So I'm thinking that I won't be able to adjust this plough, unfortunately, because this is part of the DLC. I won't be able to get in and fiddle with it. But some people did leave links. No, not links. People did say there was a 50 furrow plough kicking around somewhere. I'm going to go and see if I can find this 50 furrow plough, and we can have a play around with that one. And I will also see if I can have two versions of it, so that we can have a quick play with a 50 furrow plough, and then we can go straight back in and have a wider working version of it, so I can get the working width probably eight times this width, something obscene like that. It's going to be absolutely massive. I'm going to really push out the width, so that we should. I want to get this one ploughed up this week, so that then next week we can start planting either the grass or the sugar beet, depending on what you want. And that brings me very nicely. Do you see how I did that? Do you see that that really nice sort of easy flow from one to the other that would have just seemed really nice and natural if I hadn't just pointed it out to you like I did in that kind of weird way that I do sometimes. But anyway, it brings me to my weekly question. On the top of the map here, field 15, 16 and 27, which is going to be our big mega field, do you want me to plant grass up here? Or would you rather I planted grass down there on field 14? And we will try to enlarge that one a little bit as well. Do you want me to plant grass up on the top field, on the mega field, or on field 14? The other one, I will plant sugar beet. So I can plant sugar beet either in the mega field or the grass field. I'm not wording that very well, am I? And that is actually being worded really badly. So let's try that again. I don't want to get too close to the edge. That could end up causing us some problems. If I just come up here a second, let me just change this round. And then we will attempt to do my weekly question just once more. And this time we will attempt to get it right. Let's bring that back down over here. Because, yeah, I really don't want to get too close to the edge and fall off the edge of the map. That would be really, really bad. That'll do nicely right there. And go. That'll carry on. So we've got a nice little organic corner, I think, there on that. That'll do quite nicely. Yes, the top of the map or the side. So do you want me to plant grass at the top of the map and sugar beet on field 14? Or do you want me to plant sugar beet in the mega field at the top of the map and grass over field 14? There. I got it out that time. I actually did it. So, it's your vote, it's your game. Head in the comment section down below, let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right hand corner. Do you want the biggest field to be sugar beet, or do you want it to be grass? Do you want I mean, it's going to be a pretty insane harvest for sugar beet, whichever one we do. And for grass as well. I'm going to be having to make all kinds of alterations to all kinds of machinery in order to get this to work. We're also going to have to be relying heavily on lots and lots of hired help. It's going to be a massive undertaking, but we're going to need hay for our cows. Now, the biggest problem I've got with this is that hay may not work properly on this map, the same as on Rattlesnake Valley. I think it's to do with the 4x maps. So we may have a bit of an issue when we're trying to do hay on the map. So we'll worry about that when we get to it. It might be that we have to sort of figure something else out. I'm not quite sure yet. But anyway. Yeah, we'll worry about that. That one can stay there. This one he's just turned round. He's doing really nicely. Little strip over there, doesn't really matter. 3 million litres of silage and going strong. We'll get all the rest of this field in this trailer, I think. I don't see any reason why we won't. It's going to be brilliant. That is going to be absolutely fan-schmabulous. Awesome. So that one can carry on there. And what else have we got? We want to go through... This is where we go through... I really do... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of these John Deeres, because having to flick through them every time is starting to get a bit of a pain. It would help if I actually flicked everything through in the correct direction. Now, I reckon that this isn't working quite so well as it could, partly because of the width that I've set on the machine. So we're going to try and set the working width a little bit wider than it actually is. I'm going to try setting it to 4 meters rather than 3 meters. And we'll see how it works with that. I don't know what it's going to be like. We'll let it go and just do this one. And then that is going to be about it for this episode, I should think. We haven't really outlined the entire course for the ploughing. We can live with that. We do need to get the silage back here, and then we can... Now that we've got this course figured out, I did try saving the course earlier, but I couldn't get it to save, and I've no idea why. It didn't seem to want to cooperate in any way, shape, or form. So on that, I've got no idea. And this one, it doesn't seem to want to change where it's putting the silage down. It is moving as it sort of gets further back, but it's not doing it very well. It's not like moving into the newer stuff. I'm not really sure why. I guess it's trying to shove everything up. Ah, I see. It is trying to sort of push everything up to the back. Now it's really getting stuck in. It's because we've altered the width now. It's making a bit of a difference to it. How much is it pushing it through? It's trying, I think it's trying to push the big lumps all the way to the back of the clamp. And to like level it all off and get it like even all the way through, and it will push it up and it will make a wall at the back. And then stop with that, and then it lifts up, and as it drives forward it just kind of drops off the rest of it. How are we doing with this compacting wise? Is it actually telling us at the moment? It's not actually telling us, but anyway, we'll leave that one. So let's start this one back up, and it should still be on the a GPS on this one. But anyway, I probably won't bother finishing marking this one out. We can just finish up. I'll at least finish up this side anyway. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.